and welcome to another episode of Tribunal of the Grid, where we talk about all things Power Rangers, including the actors that play them. My name is Brandon.
My name is Lena.
And my name is Will.
And today we are going to try not to hold you up for too long. I know I'm lying, but like for real, we're going to try not to hold you up for too long. I am currently under the weather. I may not sound like it, but I'm under the weather. I'm getting over it. Y'all should have heard me last week. Last week, I could barely even form a sentence. But like, yeah, I think I'm dealing with a stomach virus. And yeah, I'm on the very end of it. So I can now hold down food. My stomach doesn't hurt as much anymore. I don't feel like I'm going to shit myself every 5 minutes. So yeah, like life is great.
That sounds great. Like,
oh my gosh. And like, I'm trying to tell y'all, like last week, like I'm not even going to hold you. And also too, I lost a lot of my weight. So all of my weight that I built.
I was just about to say, like, because with the stomach flu, I find that, like, don't get me wrong. Like, when I get the stomach flu, by the time I'm done, like, man, I look snatched. But then at the same time, like, I'm definitely sick because, like, that's how we got there.
You really
No, for real. Like, and that's the thing. It really irritates me so much because, like, I was looking good. When I tell you I was getting a little thick, I was like, ow, like, yes, like, I love it. And I mean, I was sweating myself like crazy. I was like, yeah, bitch, you eating. And then just to end up getting a stomach flu and end up literally losing all of it. Like, I mean, I lost almost all of my weight. And I'm just like, oh, this sucks. Like, now I'm back to like, I mean, I still like have like the muscle. So like, I'm still pretty cut and everything. So, I mean, like the muscles are now definitely popping a lot more, but I like the weight, you know? So that's the thing. It's like all of my weight is gone and I don't like that. So I have to go back to rebuilding my weight again. So it's going to be protein shakes out the wazoo for the next like couple weeks. I'm just like, every day is a protein shake in here. Like, I'm like, I got to get this weight back. But yeah, so I've been really, really suffering in silence. But like I said, I feel great now. My stomach doesn't hurt as much. So, but still, I'm exhausted. I'm actually like dog tired. So probably once we're done with this, I'm probably going to literally flop down on the bed and go to sleep. But
Will and I took a nap before we all got started.
Yeah.
Oh, well, shit. Like, I might be the only person who's probably going to crash out. Y'all probably going to still be up. I'm probably going to crash out.
I mean, most likely we're still going to crash because it is late for us too. But like, we can't prepare.
Oh, child. I'm over here like, that's why it sounds like I'm rambling in some cases because I'm like, I'm fighting to stay awake. Like, I'm so tired. It's ridiculous. And I know that's what it is. It's that stomach flu. Like, I'm healing and it's taking a lot of energy out of me. But you know, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. I'm gonna suffer through it. We're gonna push through. So if this is your first time listening to the podcast, welcome. If this is not your first time, welcome back. I know it's been a while. I know y'all have been like, when is the crew coming back? When is the crew coming back? And trust and believe, like, shouts out to oh my gosh, what's that group on Twitter? Like, there was a somebody on Twitter who literally like shouted us out. Toku Powered Tyson.
What?
Like, yeah. So they literally posted our episode a couple weeks ago. We did no promo for it, but they were like, Tribunal of the Grid has a new episode out. And I'm like,
shut up. Really?
Yes. Like, wow. Like, people really are like listening and they really are expecting us. And like, I believe, he even was like, if I can remember correctly, I can't remember the exact wording, But he was like basically saying how he really appreciates our podcast because we come with very different views
Oh,
from like, the other podcasters, which I'm like, that's
Mm.
something that I've tried with us.
of
And
course.
I feel like that's our sticking point in a sense.
Yeah.
Because it's like we are all people of color. Like
Yeah.
every last one of us here are
Yes.
all like we're either black or Asian. Like that's all of us.
Yes.
And we don't have not one person who is of the Caucasian perspective.
I mean,
And not saying that that's bad. Like
it's
it's not
no,
bad at
but
all.
it's
But
exactly. It's just that at the end of the day, unfortunately, it just doesn't. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's also our fault too, but at the same time, we also need to learn to heal before we can accept. And I think that's kind of where we are as a society, because I feel like no matter what the Caucasian perspective will give us, we're always going to feel like we're under attack.
yeah.
And so it's kind of nice too that like we get to openly say how we feel without the extra perspective.
Yeah. And I mean like and that's another thing too. That's another thing too. Like the fandom itself is heavily saturated with
Yeah.
the white male.
Yeah.
So it's like to
Oh,
find
especially the creepy males. Woo! Anyways.
don't even get me started on that. But like because we're gonna talk about that. But no, like
That's
even
so sweet
then,
though.
it's one of those things where it's like as a long time like listener of different podcasts, empowering you and stuff, and then also looking from the outside in at like the way the fandom was back in the day, because if anybody remembers Power Force, Power Force was literally nothing but white men and like Lisa J. It was a black woman. Like, I mean,
Wow.
literally, like, I mean, it's crazy. Like, that's what Power Force was, and shouts out to Lisa J of No Pink Spandex because she's been holding it down
Always,
for the
yeah.
people,
Oh,
like she's been holding it down for us. So it's like when I say it's such a pleasure to be recognized as a podcast that is only featuring people of color voices, like that means the world to me.
oh,
It genuinely does.
Mhm.
it, and I think not even just that, but it's the fact that we even have like people actually listening to us, actually
Right.
like
Yeah.
waiting for us. Like it's
Yeah.
like when life gets us, so much comes our way, and I don't really get a chance to, like sit down and appreciate what we have, And then when we do, I'm like, wow, like this is why we do this, like this is
Yeah.
why we come together to do this every week or every other week or as often as we can, because not only is this healing for us, this is healing for our community.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
And that's the thing. It's like that's what really gets me stirred up, in a sense, and gives me the ability to even go through it and like do these shows, because like it's like when you get to a point, because like we're, oh my gosh, like we are almost at 200 episodes. Like
Ridiculous. And
Mhm.
we've been
we're,
recording like crazy.
yes, like, and not only just that, but next year is season 6. Like, what?
Right. Like 6 years in the game. Like that is crazy. And I mean, and we're just steady going. And it's like, it's one of those things to me where all I can say is job well done, guys. Like literally, we've come from threats.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
We've been threatened.
Oh my God. I would never forget that, okay? And I felt so bad. How did we get in? How do
How
I,
did we get here?
right?
I
Like,
was like, oh, we made it. We made it, y'all. We have been threatened.
how?
We were literally threatened. I was like, wow,
A
oh, we
few
made it.
times. A
We
few
made it, y'all.
like it's ridiculous.
I said, oh my gosh, like,
Oh my God.
wow. Like, we are truly rock stars
Oh
now.
my
Like,
God.
this is crazy.
And oh my God. And our Instagram following has gone up too. Like I never thought in a bajillion years we would have as many followings as we do. And Brandon does a really good job at maintaining the page. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
but especially because it's not much going on. So
Exactly.
it's nice that you keep just thinking of things to post to engage and get people talking and get people interacting and stuff. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all
As you
so
can see me
much.
commenting, because it's like sometimes I'll be thinking about stuff and then oh my God, you posted. It's like what?
Oh my
But
God.
it's so funny because like I literally keep I'm constant because like you said, like you hit the nail on the head, Will. Like there's nothing going on. So as I've stated before with other like content creators and people in the fandom, it's like since there's nothing going on, how are you going to strategize? How are you gonna like pivot your brand? And also keep that engagement going. How are you going to do it? And I feel like a lot of people haven't hit that mark yet where they figure it out like, oh, this is what we're going to do, or this is how we're going to push, or whatever. And it's like, y'all, like there's so much Power Ranger stuff out there, whether you want to talk about the comics, whether you want to talk about the games, whether you want to talk
Ab-
about like old seasons. Like there's so many things that you can do, and it's
There is.
like you don't necessarily have to stick to pushing out what's coming next or, whatever. You don't have to do that. I know that's the thing that people want to hear,
Yeah.
but if there's nothing there, there's nothing there,
Well, and
you
on top
know?
of that, it really doesn't hurt for us to go down memory lane. Like there's stuff that like I'll see it, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot that even happened. And sometimes just seeing certain scenes, like almost honestly gets me all teary-eyed too, because I'm like, oh my God, I remember this. You know?
Right. Right. It's so funny because like when I started doing the whole like world whatever day, because like I've recently just gotten into that. And actually I it's funny. I actually kind of bit this idea from Morphin Legacy. So Morphin Legacy has, I don't know whether y'all have been paying attention lately, but Morphin Legacy has also been posting like, oh, this is so and so's day, like, this is world whatever day, stuff like that.
I remember when their site launched years ago, and I just kind of followed them ever since.
Yeah, and I mean like Morphin Legacy, like they kick real ass, like especially with like their video content and stuff like that. Like I really like how they do their stuff, and I'm like, wow, that's really
Yeah.
cool. And like I kind of did bite their idea with the whole like world whatever day, like World Celebration Day. Like I kind of bit that idea. So I was like, that's a genius idea
And
to like use random, videos from
yeah.
like random episodes to celebrate that particular day. So I did like Jungle Fury with the Rhino Ranger,
Yes,
World
I
Rhino Day.
saw.
Like, so I'm like,
And
I
you know what?
love that.
It's
I think
it's
it's smart.
amazing. I think it's smart and like and there are different national days every day anyway, so it doesn't hurt
Mm-hmm.
to, especially like National Donut Day or whatever, National Girlfriend Day. So there's so
Right.
much more content to revisit. Um,
Exactly.
so that's
Exactly.
amazing, right? Another idea that we could potentially also do is maybe tap into some of their work after the power. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you can remember some, obviously like everyone has done so much, right?
Well,
But
right.
if something pops in mind, maybe we can incorporate that too because that's
Oh,
that's sort of our brand.
So
right.
I went to the movies recently, and Nico from
Ninja
Ninja
Steel.
Steel. he popped up like right before the trailers because he's on some streaming app, a show on some streaming app. I can't remember what, but I was like, oh my God, a Power Ranger. I've seen him a bit. Like he's doing his thing right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, we
Oh,
know
Ryan Murphy is all up in Nico's crotch, honey. Like he is using Nico like crazy.
I mean, we
Mhm.
already know he's in like American Horror Story. Like Nico's doing great things, you know, like he's doing great things with his life. And like, trying to remember who else. There's another person. Well, we already know what's his name? Crap. Is he I'm blanking on his name, but he's the Blue Ranger from Dino Charge.
Oh,
Oh,
Yoshi.
oh,
Yeah,
Yoshi.
Yoshi. Like he's in like a few shows on Netflix too, which we should probably watch that and do a review on.
I need
Um
I'm
something else to
down.
watch.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I have to look it up. But it's an Asian looking one. Um, but anyhow, like yeah, so he's been doing quite a bit of stuff. Obviously, he was in Bullet Train, which we saw. Um,
You saw, I still got to see it.
excuse
Wait,
me,
you
sir?
still ain't seen it?
Excuse
No, I
I
was going
thought
to see
for
it in
sure
the
you
movie.
saw it, Will.
No, I was
what,
going to see it in the movies, and something happened, and I just never saw it. It
Oh
should be streaming
gosh.
something.
sir?
Hey,
Sir,
Yes, it been streaming, sir. You could have been
okay.
watched that movie a long
sir.
time ago.
Exactly, sir. That is no excuse, sir.
Like, bro, you could have been watched this show, like watch this movie. Like, that's crazy.
Absolutely. Excuse you. Oh my God. And don't mind me calling everyone sir because my boyfriend I've been calling everybody sir, sir, ma'ams.
Mm.
God, but I can't believe you haven't seen it. Oh my God.
Well,
Oh
I'm definitely I want to see it. I'm definitely going to watch it. I
Okay.
might watch it after this, maybe. We'll see.
okay. So the movie I'm talking about is called The Brother's Son. It's a series. There's 8 episodes,
Okay.
and it
Okay.
came out this year. So
Okay.
I'll share it with you guys in the group. So that should be fun for us to sort of watch. I just don't know how much Yoshi's gonna be in it, but there's something for us to do. But
Mhm.
yeah, like so that's what I was thinking. Like maybe that'd be fun too to incorporate some stuff that like they do outside of Power Rangers, because yeah, that's our thing.
Mhm. Mhm.
Absolutely. I'm down for that. Like,
Oh,
that would actually be a fun
and,
project.
RJ, speaking of Blue Rangers,
Oh my
RJ
God,
from the Power Rangers movie, he's doing all sorts of stuff
he's
right now.
doing all sorts of things.
He was just in Holly Bailey's music video. He was the love interest.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I
Yeah,
have to
I
watch
Mm-hmm.
it.
freaking when I saw him, I screamed, RJ. That's so cool.
I have to watch it.
Yes. You know, it's so funny because like I look at the 2017 movie team and I'm like, I feel like such a proud parent. I'm like, oh, my babies are doing so well. Like, especially with RJ and Becky G. Those two, they're shutting it down. Like, they're
Oh
doing so well.
my God.
Mhm.
Um, I think Dagger Montgomery too has been introducing a new thing. I gotta figure out what it is. I saw an announcement for it the other day. Um,
I feel like
I
I
think
did too.
collectively they all do great things because obviously he was in like what, like Stranger Things. I think it's kind of crazy that like right after Power Rangers he booked Stranger Things, and I'm like, what?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's already at his high, right?
Right.
But like no, but yeah, no, Becky, that girl,
Becky G is
she,
she's just like it just
oh,
seems like every time you turn around, sis is
she-
like either
yeah,
singing,
yep,
she's performing,
Some
yep,
she's
sort of endorsement.
acting, she's selling endorsements. Like she's doing everything right now. It's like,
everything.
yo. And it's a crying shame because Trini was not, unfortunately, that important in the movie. And it's like,
Mm. Mm.
listen, we ain't gonna go down that route tonight. But like, and also too, sidebar. I just love how the 2017 movie is getting all this praise. I love it.
Yeah, I saw something
And
about that recently. Another thread on maybe not thread, but a popular post about it recently.
Well, as in terms
And
of
some
popular posts, there's been a
some
lot going
YouTube
around.
channels.
Wait,
Oh,
what was that? I'm
really?
sorry.
Oh, and it's on my to watch list on YouTube. Somebody posted maybe like a 10.5 minute video entitled "It Was Better Than We Thought," and it's about Power Rangers 2017. So I have to watch that. But what were you about to say? What have you been
Oh
seeing?
no, I was literally just gonna say like I know like the people don't really see it for Jinsaku, but like he he posted a thread that where he was talking about I guess like things that hadn't come through, like things that hadn't come to fruition. And it was funny to me because like all these random posters of that Power Rangers origin movie, that
Yeah,
animated movie that
yeah.
never came out, that Saban was producing. All of those posters started like making a random appearance, and apparently I guess like someone is like selling those posters on eBay.
Of course they
Mhm.
are.
So like all of a sudden, like people are just screenshotting and sharing all of these photos and stuff. And I believe it came from Jen. So, because you know me, I like to give credit
Mhm.
where credit is due. I know
That's
Ranger
what I heard. It
Board.
came from him. Yeah.
Yeah, I know people from Ranger Board was sharing it, and I saw that people were sharing all of Ranger Board's post over and over. But I was like, this came from Jen. I need for people to cite their sources. You know what I'm saying? Which has been a large contingency as of lately in this
Oh
fandom.
my
If anybody has been clocking,
God.
there's been a lot of people stealing content from other people and not giving them their
Of
credits.
course, all the time.
You
But
know, so
sidebar that Dagger Montgomery's in a new movie called Up the Hill, and it just came out this year. It's a thriller drama, and apparently he was also in Elvis, which I kind of remember seeing a clip of him in.
yes, he was. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So yeah, so like he's also doing big things too. So like I guess
Oh
we
well,
can.
all of them are.
And
Like,
Yeah, all of them are.
Naomi's about to be in Smile
Smile
too.
number
yep,
two.
Smile
Yes,
too. And
yes,
they just got finished with Mortal Kombat 2, I want to say,
yes.
with
Oh,
Ludi.
right.
With
Ludi.
Ludi Lin.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like so
That,
yeah,
look at
everybody.
all of them doing stuff. That's
And look at
beautiful.
them. Oh, oh, so nice, so nice, so nice.
That's why I'm like, I just anytime I look at that crew, I'm just like, I'm so proud of y'all. Like, and I used to see actually I used to see oh gosh, RJ. I used to see
Yeah,
RJ a lot
I
because like I used to
remember
go to
skating
this
rink.
skating rink, yeah, in South LA, and like I would see him all the time.
Yeah.
So like anytime I would see him, I'm just like, I'm so
Yeah. I mean, like,
like,
honestly, seriously, because like, oh my God. Like, so yeah, we have so much. We haven't done Ranger things in a really long time. Um, maybe this is like a sign that we should get back into it.
right,
And
because there's nothing there, there's
there's
nothing going
nothing,
on.
yeah. And you know what? And our big thing was all things Power Rangers, especially the actress that plays them. So
Yeah, yeah. So this might be the time. This might be the time, y'all.
yeah. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so excited. Like, oh, so much is happening.
So much is happening, and it's funny because it's like there's so many ways that we can go about it, and there's so many things that we can do, like because I feel like right now I feel like because it's such a free for all in terms of content creating that people don't know where to go with it, so automatically they just feel like there's nothing there
Oh,
when it's like,
absolutely.
oh baby, there's like
There's
the
so
sky
much,
is the limit at this point. Like
so much.
you can do anything.
Oh, for sure. And you know what? And we're lucky that we're one of the few, if not the only group that does the heavy focus on after the power or
Yeah,
before the power. I guess whichever one you want to see it as.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And it's like, dang, y'all, like if you really want to go there, like we could do a whole lot and keep the content flowing when it comes down to things that we can do and things that have transpired. So we have not talked about PMC, and PMC happened about a couple weeks ago. Things have been able to calm down. Things have been able to, disperse. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember shit that happened at PMC, but I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember nothing. But PMC. Ooh, all right. So I'm not gonna hold you. There was a lot that happened at PMC.
I
One
was
of the things
say,
that
did you think that Will and I missed out by not coming?
oh, it depends on what you wanted. It depends on what excited you because I'm not gonna hold you. There were a lot of things that was like, what the flying fuck? So, okay, let's start here. So when it came down to the inner workings of the con itself, there was a lot of craziness behind the scenes, apparently. So much
What's
so.
new?
Well, no. Like, at least it still has structure.
Okay.
So remember how before we were gearing up for PMC and we were talking about all of the things that were happening and all of the news that was coming out about it and how they still didn't have a schedule and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So check it. There was no schedule for the whole weekend.
Mm.
So
Are you
literally,
serious?
oh no, I'm dead ass. There was literally no schedule. Well, I mean, they had a schedule. Let me not lie. They had a schedule, but literally the schedule was built almost pretty much the night before.
Oh,
So
wow.
each day, that's when a new schedule came out for the next day. I kid you not. Like that is pretty much exactly what happened. Like they had like this base schedule of what was supposed to happen, and then basically the night of, then that's when they made tweaks to it, and all of a sudden basically changed the entire freaking schedule. And then that's the schedule that came out for the following day. So
That
basically, you had to keep your phone on you to
sounds
figure out what the heck is
so.
happening the next day.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds very disorganized. And
Oh, it was quite disorganized.
okay, for someone who likes this, I like a schedule. Like I need to know what I'm looking forward to. I need to know where I'm going, what I want to attend, panels I want to see. Like
Mhm.
I'm just one of those girly because like I feel like when you go to events like this, you need to like pre-plan. You can't just like show up because if you show up, you miss things, you know? And like
Yeah.
yeah, so
I
I
mean, think about it. Think about it. That's almost it's the same exact way. Remember when we went, me and you together, and we were staying in that hotel that was about maybe like 10 miles away in
yes,
Anaheim?
yes.
Like, think about it. If we didn't have a schedule for that, we
We
would have missed everything.
exactly everything because you and I like planned the whole thing down.
We planned everything. We knew what time we were leaving. We knew when we were gonna go. Hell, remember, I think it was the last day. We decided to come a little bit later because we were
Yeah,
like, well,
nothing
nothing
would
we want to
happen.
see is there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
like
nothing we want to see. So we'll get there when we want. So we
exactly.
ended up going to like, what was it, Denny's or something like that, and
Yes,
like sitting down and eating and having
yes,
like a whole like breakfast.
exactly. Oh my God, exactly. So that's
Mhm.
why I'm like, in a way, I'm kind of glad that I didn't go now that you mentioned there's no schedule because I think that maybe an OCD brain or whatever you want to call it, I think I probably would have had a meltdown. I would have been way too overwhelmed because I would be overthinking everything.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I was very overwhelmed. I'm like my little Sagittarius sun and Virgo rising was having a whole war in my head. Like it was just like, where are we going? What are we doing? Like, I
Yeah,
kind of want to go to this, but also this is not planned well. Like it was literally like complete pandemonium. And I'm like, I just don't know what the fuck is going on right now. And I'm not gonna hold you. I missed like they were okay. So there it got so bad to the point where because they changed some of the panels and added new panels. First of all, before when they even sent out the actual schedule, there was no team ups. There was no panels for actual seasons. The only season that had that I want to say, like, no, I'm lying. So there was no panels whatsoever that featured an entire season. They only had like Forever Yellow or Forever Red or whatever. Like they only did panels like that, and then they also had like your random one-off panels where they were like VTubers and Power Rangers, or like you had the Tracy Lynn Cruz one where she was talking about autism, which that by itself was apparently not so good because
Oh,
yeah. So here's some tea. So I don't know who is, I don't want to speak on behalf of people with autism. I do know that I have a little piece of neurodivergency going on in
oh,
myself.
same girl,
I think
same.
so. I think
Okay.
so too.
But I say all of this to say, um, so apparently, um, so with the whole autism speaks thing, so apparently with Tracy's panel, she was representing um an autism, like I want to say it's like I want to say it's Autism Speaks. She was speaking on behalf of them, and or she was working with them or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is. Don't quote me. But basically they had something to do with her panel. And people got upset because apparently that group is they basically talk down to people with autism and almost kind of make it seem like, it's like, well, okay, so you're autistic, fix it. Like it's very like demeaning apparently to people with autism. So a lot of people who do have autism speak like they speak against it. They don't like it. It's like, no, we don't encourage this, like no. So apparently Scott was notified about it from what I'm told, from what I heard. And then the panel switched to where it was just her and she was talking about it. But then it switched again to then she involved another organization that she personally works with. And
Oh,
according to one of my sources, according to them, they're almost just as bad as Autism Speaks. Now, like I said, I don't know anything about any of these organizations or anything like that. So somebody with autism, you're more than welcome to chime in and hit us up, let us know what the real tea is behind all those things, but behind those organizations. But apparently, I think it's like Novalink or something like that. I can't remember the name of it.
I think this says Neurolux.
Neuralux. Yes. So yes, they are kind of pseudo, kind of like Autism Speaks. And she, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she works with them. So that panel, so of course they were like, you can't record anything. They don't want that, they don't want that panel recorded, things like that. And I found that specifically fishy. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It really did. And, you know, it's one of those things where if there are people in the fandom who are,
what are you hiding?
right, it's what are
What
you
are you hiding?
hiding? But then also, if people in the fandom are speaking out about this and are speaking so vehemently about it and being like, yo, this isn't right. Like, why are y'all why are you actively trying to bring in this organization and trying to garner this support from this organization to show to us fans, like, what are we doing? I don't know. Like, and like I said, I have no skin in this game because, like, from my understanding, like I don't think I'm autistic. So I said I feel like I do probably have a little bit of neurodivergency going on, but like
I know
I don't think I am autistic, but at the
the
same
test
time, like,
online because like the real test is like over $2,000.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
right,
They told me I was on the spectrum, so I was like, all right, I take that. I'm pretty
right, I take it, shit. But it's like even then, it's like I still show up and support any and everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
if something doesn't make people feel right or doesn't make people feel comfortable or supported, then yeah, I'm going to show up and I'm going to show out because it's like why are we doing this? And it obviously made a lot of people feel very uncomfortable. And yet it was still pushed. My thing is that spot for the VTubers panel, that spot for Tracy's panel, that spot for any of those panels did not have to be there. They could have used those spots for actual panels that people really did want to show up for, which was like the team up panels. You had full teams there. Like, this is insanity. They literally had the Cosmic Fury team. The
man.
entire cast was there, even their voice actors. They were all there. And I want you to know that they did not actually add their panel until Saturday, Friday
What?
night.
Wow.
Friday
Okay.
night.
That's interesting though that they gave her a panel when there are like full teams with voice actors and like a bunch of other people there doing their thing. And oh my God, this sounds so chaotic already. But go on.
No, it's crazy. And that was one of the things that honestly high key pissed me off about the whole con weekend in general was just simply you had full teams. First of all, when we got the schedule, there was no Cosmic Fury Dino Fury panel, and you had literally the entire cast. You had all the Rangers, you had Slider, you had Mucus, you had J-Borg, you had all these people who flew in from New Zealand
Hmm.
to come to this con. You didn't think, for the life of you, you didn't think the dots didn't connect for you to say, hey, we got all these people here. We probably should have a con. We probably should have a panel for them. Like, it just didn't dawn on you.
I mean, I feel like that was a given.
It was a given.
It was a given.
Like, if anybody should have had a panel, it should have been them.
And it should have been anybody with a full team.
With a full team. Like, my thing is, especially the Cosmic Fury, Dino Fury team,
Because that's
because
their
they
last
just
season.
had a season.
Wow. Like what?
They were the final season of Power Rangers as we know it.
And
Why would
they
you
might
not have a panel for them?
right? And they might be the only ones as we know it. So
Exactly. Like, what are you doing? Like, it was so wow.
I'm sorry. I think you know what's kind of giving? It's kind of given when Catherine said they flew us all the way to no, when we asked her how was it once and always or what was the other one? Dimensions, dangerous
Dimensions and
dimensions.
danger.
And she was
Dimensions of
like,
Danger.
was I even
Hmm.
there? Or what did she say? I remember she said something I thought was hilarious.
Oh, when she,
You
yeah,
know,
because she was talking about how little she got to do, and she was like,
Yeah.
I want to say it was something like I wasn't even there long enough, something like that. I can't remember.
yeah, like I remember she said something along the lines of like, "Did I even go?" Or I'm obviously like listen to our episode. We had an interview with her. Go back, listen to it. Let us know what we actually said. We can't
Mhm.
remember or what she said actually, not what we said. We weren't Catherine,
Right. But no,
but
even then, it's just like, but no, for real, that's kind of exactly the energy here, you know? It's
oh my
like,
god,
what are we doing? Like, you literally had that full team there. The
oh,
most logical thing you could do is give them a
oh,
panel.
that is
That's the
so
most
unfortunate.
logical thing you could do. And they were just like, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, we probably should do that. And so they finally included it. And then they also include, but then the thing is, we were throwing in random team panels. But the gag was it was really messed up because they didn't have a Once and Always. I think Once and Always was on Sunday. Like they included that one on Sunday, even though they had the whole full Once and Always cast, except for Steve Cardenas. But which I got to tell you about that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where the hell has he been?
Oh, I will tell you in a bit. So
Wow.
That was some foolishness. And it was just like, what the hell is going on here? So then also too, because they were throwing in random panels in random places and revising the schedule, it was really throwing off the people who were supposed to be in the panels. So the actual panelists were showing up late.
Obviously, I would too. Like,
because Nakia came in towards the tail end of the Forever Yellow panel.
Oh, you know what?
So she had her film op like right during the panel.
Of course, because like if you're gonna make, this is why schedules are important.
This is why schedules are important. Like people, and then Karen, same thing. I believe Karen also came late as well during the Forever Yellow panel because she had filming, like she had photo ops. So it's like, y'all, what are we doing?
Oh,
like
no.
it was just
what I want to know
foolishness.
is, I hope people got some of their money back because that sounds like a ripoff. That sounds like it's kind of sound like background work, except in background work you got pay. You hurry up and you wait kind of a situation. But in this case, you pay, you hurry up, you got there, but then you kind of stood there.
Yeah, no, for real. It was one of those things where because it was so unorganized, it like, and also too, like apparently there was some behind the scenes stuff that happened. I don't know the full gist of it, but apparently there was a whole lot of stuff that happened behind the scenes that like made it 10 times worse. That's why it messed up the schedule, and that's why the schedule was so fucked. So there's that. But here's the part that that really got me. So y'all, speaking of the Once and Always panel.
Okay.
Woo! I have been dying to talk about this. So during the Once and Always panel, initially it was Charlie Kirsch. She actually popped up at her panel, which I was like, thank God, because no, was she there? No, she was not there. That's it. She wasn't there. She wasn't there for her own panel. Granted, she was there for the Forever Yellow panel, but she wasn't there for Once and Always. So she wasn't there for that panel at all. But it was Catherine Sutherland. It was Johnny Umbosh, Karen Ashley, Walter Emmanuel Jones, I want to say. I think Walter was there. I can't remember. It's fuzzy. It's been weeks. But what's so funny about this panel, no, actually, Walter wasn't there. I don't think. No, he was there. He was there. So it was all of them, right? Because David Yost didn't attend the con at all, I don't believe.
Really?
Neither did Steve. No, David was not there.
That's surprising.
Yeah, it wasn't it? Yeah, David was not there.
Not there, but he also lives in the area, does he not? Like, not like, obviously not like Pasadena area.
In California? Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
in LA.
California, yeah.
No, he lives in LA, but no, he I don't believe he was there at all. So neither was Steve. Steve wasn't there either.
Reason behind those two reasons.
Right. Well, here's the tea. So they were sitting there having their little conversations. And then guess who walks their happy asses in there?
Well, we know.
But I just want you to say it.
Who? Who?
Austin St. John.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Dead ass.
Yeah.
So serious.
I forgot he was attending.
Austin St. freaking John walks in.
No. What do we
during the Once and Always panel?
Wait, rewind that. Who walks in again?
Austin St. John.
What do you call him?
Oh, yes, duh. Jason Geiger. Oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh. Like,
Thank
Oh.
thank you, Lena. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh my God.
What is wrong with me? I cannot believe I just called this man that.
It's
What
okay.
is
Well, because I
You
did
were
too.
sick. You were sick. So you're recovering. We understand.
Thank you. I thank you for holding grace for me because I know better. I know better than to call
Yes.
him Austin.
Yes.
Jason Geiger walked in.
Okay.
I'm looking now. I'm looking now. So it was Walter, Karen, Kat, Johnny, and for some reason Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or
So
Jason.
Jason Geiger walks his ass in. Everybody is sitting here like, sir, you were not in once and always. What are you doing?
I mean,
You were not here. What is happening right now? So, whenever people asked about once and always or had questions about once and always, he couldn't answer
of course.
Duh.
because
Obviously.
you weren't there. So, but then he tried to throw in little things about like filming other shows or whatever. And it's like, my guy,
Just
hush.
sit out. Just
Like,
sit
you
out.
shouldn't be up there. Like,
Exactly.
what are you doing?
What do you know?
So then, but this isn't the part that got me. The part that got me, of course, Austin had to make it extremely uncomfortable.
What happened?
So this guy comes up from Israel.
Lord.
And he makes it known. He was like, "Hi." He says his name. He's like, "I'm from Israel." And before he could even get his question out, because I mean, of course, everybody gets up there and they say where they're from and stuff like that, right?
Right.
So it wasn't like he was trying to be performative or anything like that.
No,
Like he literally was like saying where he was from.
Yeah, because I remember that was like a thing. I thought that was really cute, you know.
Yeah.
It's nice to see how far people
How
travel.
far people have traveled.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
that's so cute. Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, go on. So this
Yeah.
is
So
zero.
that's what people were doing. And I kid you not, this man literally makes it a whole political scene. He's like,
No.
oh yeah, pro-Israel. Yeah, you guys are hanging in tough. I know there's a lot going on for you guys. So yeah, just keep on going. You guys are hanging in there. It's like, Austin, shut
Not
the
gonna
fuck
lie.
up.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a really like creepy impression of him. Like it was dead on.
Like, I'm apparently I'm really good at impressions. Like,
Like, that was.
I'm
You're
pretty
an
sure y'all have heard
actor.
my Zordon by now.
I mean, we know you. No, that was really creepy. Okay.
But y'all, I kid you not. Like, I was literally scrunching in my seat. I was so embarrassed. I'm like, I was literally trying to make myself so invisible because I'm just like, this is not real life right now. I know this man is not using this opportunity to say this. What are you doing? Jason, shut up. Like, it's just, oh,
No.
like, I just couldn't. I couldn't.
No.
And you could hear a pin drop in there. Everyone was so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. And I'm just like,
But,
Austin.
why are you even there, Jason? Like,
Why are you
why?
up there, Jason? Number one. And number two, why would you use this as an opportunity to say that? Like,
Because you know why? He's trying to sell his goddamn shirts. He needs to like allegedly pay for legal.
Oh, right.
You know, like that's what it's giving to me, honestly. That's what it sounds like. Because you know how his shirts are all like political leaders and like great world leaders, as he likes to say, with quotes, you know.
I just couldn't. I
That is so embarrassing.
It was so embarrassing.
I mean, not to
couldn't.
him. He has no shame. So.
Oh no, well, not to him, but for everybody else. Everybody else was just like, "What are you talking about?" Like,
what did the guy do? I want to know. What did
oh
Israel?
no, he asked his question. I mean,
What did he ask?
I can't even remember what his question was, honestly. But like, all I know is that the moment that the moment he got up there and said that he was from Israel, Jason went on that whole tangent. And I'm sorry, I blacked out from then on out. Like I was literally sitting beside Jer from No Pink Spandex. And like I'm literally trying to make myself feel as small as possible because I'm like, I just want to get out of here. Like someone turn I need Rose's power from Operation Overdrive. Turn me invisible so I can get the fuck out of here. Like it was just like it was so uncomfortable. Like it was so bloody uncomfortable. I'm like, this is terrible. Like it's freaking terrible. So yeah, like it was just not good. It was not good. Not good. Um
I have
so yeah.
questions about I probably can't say it on the air, but like some of the people that are still affiliated with him, it doesn't make sense that they are, but
Oh yeah, I there's plenty of people that I side eye. No, you right. There's plenty of people that I side eye. I side eye a lot of people who still are affiliated with him. Like when I say I side eye because apparently he's still working with those women who are apparently racist.
oh
Um,
God.
so he still works
I
with
mean, that's
them.
not a surprise though. It's not a surprise.
No, none of this stuff is surprising. But
Yeah.
it's like that he has these people in his corner, but yet and still you still show up with him. You still go places with him. You still like take pictures with him. You still show up to cons with him. Like I have questions. I have questions, and I don't know if you can answer them because if you answer them, I may not like the answer. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd rather not answer. I'm not answer. I'd rather not ask. Because I just don't want to be upset by the answer you give me. Um, but yeah, no, like it was a hot ass mess. Like, and then of course you had other panels. You had one of the I will say that was these are all negatives. Like, and I don't want
Mhm.
people to get the idea that oh my god, like this whole PMC weekend was trash. No. It was not. It was not. They had some glimmers in there. They had some glimmers of hope. Speaking of the Forever Yellow panel, that panel was actually a lot of fun. So you had all the pretty much every yellow lady up there. And even though some of our ladies showed up late because of poor scheduling,
Mhm.
it was still a lot of fun. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Sasha Craig, who plays Kelsey from
Mhm.
Lightsweet Rescue, one of the sweetest, most bubbliest women. Like
So she's just
she
like Kelsey.
she's just like Kelsey. Like, oh my God. When I tell you you just want to just hug her in the most like non-invasive way possible, by the way. But you just want to hug her. Like she's just so sweet. Oh my goodness. Like this woman is literally sweet as pie. Like when someone says this person is sweet as pie, you think of Sasha. Like she is just that sweet. It makes no sense how nice she is. And like when you listen to her talk, like tell stories, like she goes on these tangents that she sound like you can tell her eyes get so bright and she just gets so animated and so excited. And she's like, oh my gosh, yeah. And she's like, she's just yapping off like a Pomeranian. It's the cutest thing in the world to watch. So anytime I saw Sasha talk, like it was just it just brightened my day. Um, so that panel was great. And even young Tanya got up there and you can tell she felt a little uncomfortable a little bit because all these other people they had all these like experiences and were like, yeah, we wore the suit, we did this, we blah, 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 blah. And she was just like, yeah, I was a kid for Tanya for like 2 episodes and that was it. And Nakia tried her best to like pull her up and be like, but no, like
Oh,
you
that's
introduced
sweet.
me, so if it wasn't for you, there would be no me. So, don't. It was almost kind of like she was almost kind of like pumping her up and being like, don't little yourself so much.
Mhm.
Like you still were a character in the show. Like you still were a Yellow Ranger. So don't limit yourself. So it was really sweet. Like it was really nice. And also too, I wanted to ask a young Tanya about her rap because I'm gonna tell you right now, that rap was rapping back in the day. Like when she was young Tanya on the show,
Oh my
like
God. When you said rap, I'm like, wait, she rapped? What the hell?
her
Okay,
hair.
I know what you're talking about now. I got you.
Her hair was hairing. I'm not gonna hold you. Like I'm like, listen, no shade to Nakia because I love Nakia down. But when she was a child Tanya had that just for me going on. Like child Tanya looked like she came from somebody's commercial, hair commercial or something. Like she got that thing freshly pressed. Okay? Fresh. I said, all right, mama, you better work. All right, young Tanya. But she's now going the natural look. She didn't cut all her hair off. She's natural. Like she's eating. She's eating. But yeah, I just always I wanted to go up there and ask her, like, so I know those hairstylists for Power Rangers they did your hair because that thing is
Oh, man.
clean. Like, oh no, you went to a black hairstylist, okay? Like that's where you went. You went to Miss Joanne's. Miss Joanne's with her shopping at back of her house. Okay, and you got that hair flat ironed and pressed. She said, Mama said, I'm gonna be on TV. Okay. Little mama said, I'm gonna be on TV. I gotta look good. But yeah, so that panel was nice. And then I want to say the Jungle Fury panel came on at the same time as the Forever Yellow panel, which I unfortunately was unable to see because I wanted to see the Forever Yellow panel. So yeah, that was a full team panel as well because they had all the actors with the exception of Red, Jason Smith, and I want to say Violet. Not Violet. What was his name? Purple Ranger, Wolf Ranger, RJ, Wolf Ranger. Those were the only two that weren't there. But Jared, Camille, Lily, Theo, they were all there. So and Dom. They were there too? I'm sorry?
He was there too?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
With his fine ass. Wow. But anyway, like he just has that permanent angry face, even though he is probably one of the most sweetest people ever in history. But he just has that face that just looks like he's like forever snarling at you. But he's so nice. But anyway, so they had their panel at the same time as Forever Yellow. And that's why Anna couldn't be at that panel. She couldn't be there. But then also, guess what else happened? Well, no, was Anna there? No, Anna was there, I believe. There was another panel that happened. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm lying. I think Anna was I'm right. Anna wasn't there because those two panels were at the same time. But the last panel of the day, I believe, was actually the Beast Morphers team panel. They had their final panel. Now, shouts out to the moderator who did this panel. Freaking genius. Like, I told him, I was like, dude, I have to bite this for the next time I moderate. I have to bite this idea because this idea is phenomenal. And he was like, no, like you did an amazing job the last time you moderated. I was like, yes, but this idea eats. So the idea he had, he was like, I'm not going to do the traditional, I'm asking questions, things like that. This time I'm going to have you, the actors, ask each other the questions.
Oh, wow.
So he literally passed around a fishbowl with actual questions inside, like the names of the actors inside. And they had to think of a question to ask each other.
Keep them on their toes.
Baby, I said, oh, this is amazing. So, first person who asked the question, because I want to say Colby was sitting on the end. Now, mind you, once again, I want to reiterate for the people in the back. I don't remember much of this because it was several weeks ago. Okay, keep going. So, he was sitting on the end. So, he was the first, I believe he was the first one to go. Then, he picked, I forget who, I think he picked Jazz, I want to say. I want to say he picked Jazz, who played Robbie. He picked Jazz and he's asking a question to Jazz or whatever, and Jazz answers it. Now, mind you, the questions are very good questions. Like they were keeping each other on their toes. You know what I'm saying? Like they were really giving questions. I can't remember the question that he asked Jazz, but then Jazz pulled a name out the thing and he got Liana. Literally, I want to say he asked Liana a question like, like, do you think that Roxy and Robbie should have stayed together or something like that? It was something to do with their relationship. And it really puzzled Liana because Liana was struggling. She was fighting for her life to answer that question. And it was so funny and so fun to watch. Here's when it got weird. Now, me and Jer, once again, because me and Jer hung out this day together. Me and Jer were sitting beside each other and we were looking at each other like, okay, so that fish bowl is right in front of Abraham. Abraham was the next to draw. Me and Jared both looked to see what was going to happen, to see what he was going to do. Now, the object of the game was to not look in the fishbowl to see whose name it was that you were pulling out. I want you to know. He definitely looked in that fishbowl and pulled out Jackie's name on purpose. I said, "Oh, so you ain't gonna try to pull out, somebody else's name, and coincidentally, you end up getting Jackie's, the person that you worked with for the whole show."
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Right.
You coincidentally got Jackie's?
How?
Was
interesting.
Was everybody there? Because I don't want to be
yes.
messy, everybody. Oh,
everybody, and you know who I'm talking about because I said their name beforehand.
Yeah.
So they were the first person to go. So everybody was there.
My bad.
And I was like, oh, so you literally looked in that fishbowl on purpose so you wouldn't pull their name. Got it. Copy. I said, oh, okay. I see what's going on. I was like, Jared, let's go. Me and Jared both got up and walked away. We walked out. So we were like, because first of all, I'm like, you're not going to play in my face. You're not going to play in my face. Like, I am messy. Listen, I am messy. I want to see the tea. I want to see what's going to go down because as soon as that moderator pulled out that doggone fish, that fish bowl and was like, okay, so all of y'all going to draw each other's names. I just knew. I was like, oh, this should be interesting. But the goal of the game was to not look inside the fishbowl because if you're gonna look inside the fishbowl, you're gonna pull the name you want. So not you out here like you could have like saved face if he was to pull that person's name. You know what I'm saying? He could have saved face. It could have been whatever. But you wanted to. I said, you know what? Let's go because people playing games, people playing in people's faces, and I don't like that. So Jerry and I got up and walked out, and we went back to the con floor where we walked around for the remainder of the time. And sidebar, Lena, do not record this part. Do not keep this in the final. Like, oh my gosh, like but anyway. So yes. So in terms of the rest of the panels, Tyson Fury, Dino Fury had a fantastic panel. Their panel was great. I want to say there was so Hunter was being the mother of the group. So she was leading even when nobody asked her to. Like homegirl was up there trying to answer everybody's question, honey. But it was cute. It was cute. Let me see. I didn't go to a lot of panels, to be truthfully honest with you. I was on the floor a lot. But yeah, so yeah, y'all, like this PMC this year, this every year should have like a word that describes it. If I had to describe PMC this year, I would say unorganized. But and I know PMC is always unorganized, but this year it was more unorganized than ever. Like a lot happened to the point where it was noticeable. And because like most of the time, the stuff that happened in previous years, it wasn't noticeable. Like you didn't know what was happening. Like you felt it, but you just didn't know. This time around, oh, it was obvious. It was obvious because we've never, in the years that I've been going to PMC, it's never been a situation where you literally had to like constantly look at your phone to see what panels are going to be on the next day. Like it never gave that. Like it never gave that. So yeah, like PMC, whew, it was rough. It was rough. But I got to see a lot of great people, and yeah.
Question. There was a story about a male fan being weird with one of the actresses. Was that true?
I think I know which one you're talking about. And honestly, I have no idea, to be truthfully honest with you. I didn't hear anything about it during that weekend. And I mean, people were talking. Like, people were people were talking. Like people were singing like canaries in this hole. So, I don't know if it was true or not. I don't want to discount anybody's experience or anything like that. So I don't want to say it was or wasn't. I just didn't hear about it that weekend. Like I saw a whole lot of stuff that was just like, wow. But it like from first of all, shout out to the three ladies who I guess were a part of Walter Emanuel's team. These women were literally walking around in one piece outfits that looked like they came from Fashion Nova with like, and all of them had junk in the front and junk in the back. Just walking around with these one piece outfits on and his face all over their ass. Like, it was wild. Like, I was literally standing there with Jackie Marchland and Lisa J, and we were all having a conversation. And these three women, beautiful, but these three women just walked past us with like Walter's face all over their body, just sashaying through the con, and we're just like, wow, okay. Even Jackie was like, that was wow. They look amazing, but wow. So yeah, like that was very interesting. Yeah, it was yeah, there was a lot of things that we saw that was very shocking. But other than that, I mean, it was a weekend. It was a weekend. They had like a lot of. I felt kind of bad for certain people though, because there were a lot of people who I feel like didn't get the attention that they should have gotten. Like a lot of the voice actors. There were a lot of voice actors from different other brands, and I just kind of feel like they were just like kind of just there, like they were off in their own little corner. And if you knew what show they were on, like I guess the people they talked to those people, but I didn't hardly know any of those shows that they were on, so I never went over there and talked to any of them. So I felt kind of bad for him because I was just like, damn, that really sucks. So yeah, it was the 3-0 toys. So they had the Power Ranger Turbo toys up. So you had red, blue, green, yellow, and pink. They were all standing beside each other, holding their weapons. Which they're the most brand new ones that are coming out soon. I think they look absolutely phenomenal. Like,
So too.
they look great. I was just like, I think I might get one, but then again, I'm like, do I need them? Probably not. But if I do get one, it'll be yellow for sure. Um, if I do get her, it'll be yellow. Also, they had the Green Ranger Matt from the comics. His 3-0 toy was there as well, which I thought was pretty dope. Let me see what else I can think of from that weekend. Um, what else happened? Um, oh no, yeah, no, I can't think of anything from that weekend that happened. But yeah, if I think of anything that happens, I'll mention it. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire weekend. Um, it was just a lot of running around, trying to figure out where to go, trying to figure out what panel to go to. Um, and yeah, that was it. That was it for my PMC trip. Even though I live in LA, that was it for my PMC experience. Overall, am I going back? Yes. I have to. Like, it's just, I feel like PMC is a part of me now. Like, I have to support no matter what. But um would I say that there needs to be improvement? Absolutely. There needs to be improvement. Like this year, and also too, they have announced it for 2026, by the way. So 2026 will be coming. Um, but I just have one critique for Scott. Scott, from now on out, whomever that you ask to do the scheduling, whatever happens with the scheduling, I don't know what the situation is, but if you're doing the scheduling, if you have somebody else doing the scheduling, can you just please make sure this is done ahead of time? Or something like, like there should be no reason why we're getting the schedule the day of or the night before. Like there's just that's ridiculous, because people are literally depending on that schedule. And you had the actors running around trying to figure out where to go, and they're there to literally be entertainment for the fans. There should be no reason for them coming in out of breath. Like these people most of them are now in their 40s, their 50s. Why you got them exercising? Why do you got them exercising running through this damn convention center like damn you Usain Bolt? Like that, it makes no sense. Get it together. But anywho, that was my PMC experience. I know, Will, you also mentioned that there was something that happened this weekend with a certain individual who was talking cash money shit about Power Rangers. Can you talk a little bit about that individual, sir?
Yeah, so just randomly scrolling through, and I think I saw either a response or a quote tweet from somebody who was defending Power Rangers, and the original tweet had said, "Oh God, it hurts me to say this. uh, Power Rangers was never good. Top five corniest show to ever exist. I don't know how y'all liked it as children and even more so as adults. Mid capital MID. And that tweet, last I checked, maybe about an hour ago, that tweet has had 39 million views, and that man was ratioed like real bad. I think like 4.6 thousand quotes. So as well as, replies, some of which were crazy. But it was really nice to see so many people of like varying levels of being a fan. Like some people that just have the fond memories, they're like casuals, and then some people from the actual community just defending the show and disagreeing, and that was really cool to see.
So here's my thing, right? And this has just been because like I saw a little bit of, of what was going on because I didn't look too much into it because I know one thing about Twitter. People just be saying shit just to say it, just so that they can get a few little clicks and likes. It just so happened that this guy said the right thing to piss off to piss people off. Because baby, people were having a field day on that ass. Like
Mhm.
people were going ham on him. And I just feel like if I were him, I would want to just put my head under a rock and never come back out. Like to get dragged that bad
For a couple of days, I think it's
for
still like
days.
people are still people today were still replying.
Like that's crazy. Like if I were him, I would never say anything anymore. Like I would just stop tweeting. Because but I know more than likely he probably is gonna be like, ooh, this was something that got me a lot of attention. Let me say something else racy. But I don't know. Like for me, I guess because I'm one of those people who I don't care for getting attention or getting fame or whatever. I don't care for that shit. So it's like it's whatever to me. But it's just like, dang, dude, like there's no way in the world I could wake up on my Twitter and see so many doggone like mentions of people just constantly dragging the shit out of me. Like that's wild. That is so crazy. But props to the fandom for not allowing this individual to get away with trying to cause discourse because it was recent that people that non-fans have been attacking Power Rangers. I want to say that just recently we had a whole situation happen with Cosmic Fury, where a bunch of people were dogging the Cosmic Fury suits, and it went on for like I think like a day and a half or something like that, where you just had random people like just talking about how shitty the Cosmic Fury suits were, and I'm just like, don't get me wrong, they're not the best suits in the world, but damn, it did it deserve all of that?
You know
No,
what's
like
funny though, as we're talking about this, people talk about how Power Rangers no longer relevant, Power Rangers this, blah blah blah. But what's interesting is that they're keeping it relevant by still talking about it.
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
wonder. I wonder if anybody is like, well, Hasbro in particular, like if they're paying attention to this because it seems like I don't know if it's just because it's catered to my like on my Twitter feed with the trends and stuff. But I do see people just talking about it, whether it be the 2017 movie, whether it be, just random stuff throughout the show's history. This particular circumstance of just so many people coming together to defend the show and like reminisce on some of the moments, and it was cool people were talking about moments outside of Mighty Morphin as well. So I wonder if this is being seen by somebody because there's interest in this show, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's very like I know there are always eyes, there are always eyes watching. And whether it comes from, someone from someone from the franchise, or hell, like a lot of times a lot of franchises have like their own little molds, that they selected like from a fan or someone else, that just constantly just looks around to see
Plot
who's
twist.
talking about stuff, like, oh
Plot
no,
twist.
fandoms
They
do it all
could
the
be the
time.
one causing all this drama too.
Okay, okay,
I'm just
like,
saying. I mean, if that's the case, that's kind of genius.
it's
because
genius.
because that's the right way to get the information you're looking for.
Mm.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. And like you said, like it gets them the information that they want. It lets them know exactly what fans are looking for, what fans want to see. And a lot of times, like sometimes, especially with this fandom, you can't always depend on that because some of them have some of the craziest and most loftiest ideas. But it kind of helps them to gauge, okay, what works, what doesn't. And if I have to honestly be transparent, a lot of people are digging the Sentai. Like, and I'm not saying Power Rangers has to be like the Sentai, but especially with them wanting to go out and venture and do new things and try new things, like they should definitely at least have the action be on par with the Sentai. Because that's one thing I will say about Cosmic Fury. Cosmic Fury, in my opinion, Cosmic Fury did not fare well in terms of the action. The action was to me it was very lazy. Dino Fury had a lot more better choreography than Cosmic Fury did. I want to say they put all their budget in choreography in like the first couple episodes. Like it was like episode 1 and episode 4. Like that was like the most heaviest the choreography was in terms of like, oh, this shit is fire. Any other episode was pretty bland. Like, they relied heavy on, a few little cute little roundhouse kicks and that's it. But it's like the girlies want to see actual choreography. We want to see real stunts. We want to see some action. And I just feel like Power Rangers is definitely strayed away from that like a lot. And it was very evident with Cosmic Fury. So if they really want to get back to like really entertaining the people, let's get some real fight scenes in here. Like let's get some entertaining stuff. Speaking of Super Sentai, and we can end after this. So the people are already talking about 2000. Oh, before I go to Super Sentai, I just also want to say, due to people probably going out and talking shit about Cosmic Fury, according to Dr. Zio PhD on Twitter, Cosmic Fury amassed 13.1 million hours viewed with 3 million, 3 mm, I don't know what that is. 3 mm total views on Netflix for the first half of 2024. For the
Wow.
second half, report on the second half. According to Netflix's stats on the second half of 2023, Power Rangers Cosmic Fury amassed 5.3 mm and 23 mm viewing hours, beating out the viewing hours for Power Rangers Once and Always, which had 12.2 mm viewing hours for the first half of 2023. So people are definitely watching Cosmic Fury. Like, Cosmic Fury is getting all the views from Power Rangers. So Netflix should be definitely realizing that Power Rangers is not a dead brand. People are watching this. And, this show came out what? Like last year?
Last
right?
September.
Last September. And these are amazing stats for a show that came out last year. So props to Cosmic Fury, okay? But moving right along. So the newest Sentai, people are already talking about what the newest Sentai could look like and what it could be. So these are the rumors. The rumors for the newest Sentai. Are y'all ready for this?
Yes.
Apparently, the newest Sentai is called Inochi Sentai Gozuger. Gozuger.
Okay. You elaborate.
Elaborate.
Yeah, like what? Why you stop?
Because
Right?
I was trying to keep myself from spitting.
Oh.
Because like that goes like, geez, like I'm saying, wiping my mouth. So apparently the Rangers are as follows. There are 5. So apparently the colors are red, blue, yellow, black, and green. These are all rumors, by the way. All rumors. The colors are subject to change. But as of right now, the colors are red, blue, yellow, black, and green. And there's one female. Apparently, there's 1 or 2 females on the team. 1 or 2. Hasn't been fully disclosed. I'm seeing stuff where it's 2 females. I'm seeing stuff where it's 1. But apparently, Blue is definitely a female, for sure. According to these rumors. So you have a red wolf, blue lion, yellow dinosaur,
Okay.
black unicorn, at least he isn't purple, black unicorn,
Oh, wow.
and green eagle. So this team is based on beasts, not so much animals, but this is a beast team. So they are mainly they are composited of different animals,
I
different
swear they sound
mythological
like Barney and
animals.
the Magical Unicorn or the My Little Pony came together.
Yeah, like they're mixing a whole bunch of different beasts together. So it's like you got like your mythical beasts, you got your dinosaurs, you got your animals. They're throwing everything under the kitchen sink that is a beast into this show. And apparently there's going to be a lot more animals involved. So yeah. So that's the most the I guess their one of their motifs, because normally they have multiple motifs for a show. So that's one of them. The other one is that their motif is they use rings. So I'm wondering if the rings are giving like Denzi Man, where they transform with like their little ring or whatever, kind of like the Flash. But yeah, the collector item this time are their rings. And then also apparently they use like swords to transform.
Well,
So
hopefully,
yeah.
uh,
Y'all don't
hopefully,
sound that excited.
hopefully the mecha looks good because that's been an issue for me as of the last decade. I think I liked Dom Brothers mecha.
Yeah, that
Uh,
mecha was nice.
but everything else has been not so great looking. So hopefully they figure that out. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they have animals this time. So I'm hoping and praying that they get it right. I mean, and they have so many there's a lot of anniversaries this time around too. So I want to say Ghost Sager, which is Power Rangers Megaforce. Their anniversary is next year for 2025. And then also Maji Ranger, which is Power Rangers Mystic Force. Their anniversary is next year as well. So it makes sense that both of these shows have a beast influence because both of them did have beasts as a part of their as a part of what like made their suits or whatever, or may had something to do with their powers. Like Mystic Force had the whole magical element going on, but they had mythical beasts, you know. And then you had Ghost Ager, which had they were based on angels, but their mecha, their Zords were part animal or part mythical beast, part vehicle. So it should be very interesting. What this new Sentai is going to give should be very interesting. I'm actually pretty excited because, um, apparently people are saying that the colors are supposed to be maybe don't take the colors as that's what it's going to be, because apparently they may be swapping out the colors, because it may be a situation where they have like the Mighty Morphin colors: red, black, blue, yellow, and pink. Or it could be a situation where it might be like Power Rangers Zeo, where it's like red, blue, green, pink, and yellow. So it may be any of those versions of the colors. But apparently also next year is the 50th anniversary. So it
That's
makes sense.
crazy. Oh my God, 75 is 50 years ago. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Like my brother is turning 50 next year. So yeah. Like literally 50 years. So what if Power Rangers gets to 50, guys? Like, are we
Oh
are we
my
still
God.
gonna be watching Power Rangers by then?
I can't
Probably.
see anything changing, honestly, at this point.
Yeah, like I'm like probably. Like I don't really have much to say about this new Sentai as like you already know. Not that I'm not interested in it or anything like that. It's just I just need to see visuals first. I need to see more, then I can make a better judgment.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, everything is like a grain of salt. I mean, honestly, Boom Boonger is literally at like episode like 32 right now. So like they still have like a
32?
good
Damn. Okay.
yeah. Yeah, like they still have like almost 20 episodes left. So, and I'm not gonna hold y'all. Like y'all need to like I know the suits are ugly. They are. I still have not gotten used to them. I still think they trash. Like they are still ugly as fuck to me, and nobody can tell me any different. However,
God.
this show is so much fun. It's a lot of fun. I cannot lie. It is actually a really good show.
Damn. I never
The
finished that other one we were watching. Uh Don Brothers.
Oh, Don Brothers. No,
You
and
know,
I'm
I want
honestly I didn't like the way
it.
Don Brothers ended. I
Yeah,
didn't
well,
like it.
I have to finish.
Yeah, like whenever you watch it, you'll see what I mean. But like, I didn't like the way it ended. It just kind of, God rest her soul, because the woman who played, I want to say her name was Sonoza. She actually was Yellow Racer. She passed away from cancer, I think earlier
Oh,
this year.
right. Yeah.
But unfortunately her character had nothing really to do on the very end. Which really kind of made me sad, because I'm like, it was so awesome to see her, and it was just like, dude, you like your character is doing nothing. Um, like, so I don't know. Like, it just kind of, the show was really left with just this thing of just like, oh, the show ended, and that was it. Like I said, if you want a good show to watch, Boom Boonger is it. It's really good.
Mhm.
But yeah. So guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please let us know. Like I said earlier, if you have any things y'all want to chime in on, or y'all want to talk about, or anything like that, please let us know. Please jump in. Hit us up, because like I said, it's been over 3 weeks since this
Mhm.
convention, and I'm not gonna hold you. I don't remember half of what happened. as you could hear. So, I did the best I could, but we over here, we rocking. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go.
It is what it shall be, right?
Okay, it is what it is. But I hope y'all enjoyed this episode, and I hope y'all enjoyed this y'all recount. If you were at PMC, please let me know. Like, let me know your experience, and enlighten the people. Because listen, like, everybody's experience at PMC was different. This was just my experience. So, if you had a good time, let us know. If you didn't have a good time, let us know. And yeah, we'll see you when we see you. Once again, my name is Brandon.
My name is Lena.
And my name is Will.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.